Hey guys, welcome to Skipper Surf Review. I'm Yuri Tsedenov, and today I just want to say thank you to all of you for your continued support. Last month, my family got sick with COVID, so it took a while to recover. Thankfully, we're all good now. I'm back into the water and can't wait to share server reviews on the board that I recently added to my quiver. And today I will review Wavy earplugs. These earplugs protect your ears from ear infections. And I also will share my conversation with my friend Ron, aka Boardporn, who had surfer's ear and his experience with this disease. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon. I want to talk about surfer's ear, and I know as long as I remember.
I'm sorry, what?
I want to talk about surfer's ear.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I have problems with my ear from the cold water.
I want to talk about your surfer's ear.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I remember it was back in 2014 or something like that. I was sitting with you at 90th, and we were right by the jetty, and I just look at your ear, and then I saw something in there. It's like, what is this? And then you told me, oh, this is the earplugs. I've been wearing them because I had this surfer's ear disease. And then I started asking you what it's all about. And after that, I came home and ordered online immediately some earplugs. And can you just tell me how this happened? I mean, did it happen all of a sudden, slowly progressed to that point?
I could say it happened slowly over time. I think some people are more susceptible than others, because I have some friends that at this age, that are the same age as me, that have gotten multiple surgeries for it and already had the bone shaved down or chipped down, the bony growths twice or more times. So it really depends on the person, just like anything else. You know, we're all different, but mine are like 90% occluded, meaning like 90% of my hearing is blocked. It's terrible. The last time I had a full, full doctor checkup in person pre-COVID, when things were more normal, I actually had the doctor bring a bunch of, young assistants or that people in training into the office just to show them the inside of my ear and to oohs and ahs of the spiny pillars that are in there. But what I could say is, so if I started surfing winters, 89 was my first full winter. And I haven't missed a single winter since then. So I would say probably in the late 90s, that's where it started getting bad, where I would get water in that just wouldn't seem to come out of the ear. And what it was just kind of getting caught in there in a bubble. And then it got so bad where I would get water in and nothing would take it out. And part of that was wax buildup, things like that. But everything that basically goes in has trouble coming out now. So I now, under normal circumstances, go about 3 times a year to get cleaned out. And it's usually not just wax, but it's sand and whatever else got in there. The worst was, I started wearing earplugs probably around 2008 or so. And that was after shunning them for the better part of 2+ decades, when I had friends suggesting I wear them because my ears are going to get really screwed up. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, they got really screwed up. I've put off, and I think I'm okay without surgeries for now. I'm going to wait until I go. My hearing goes even worse, and that before ultimately getting it shaved or chiseled or whatever it is. But it's uncomfortable. And the worst situation was I wear fairly cheap earplugs because I've tried them all, and the better ones just don't fit my ears. And again, I know it's a personal fit and they come with different heads, but the best ones I've found are fairly cheap ones. And I was using some fairly cheap ones that are like a plunger, where you put them in and they're like an upside down Christmas tree, where the top is like a point, and then each, yes, correct. So I had one of those, and when I came out of surfing one day and I get home, I pull them off and I'm like, oh, the end of the plug is missing, the pointy part. And I figured it fell out in the water, but I'm like, well, I had the plugs in the whole time under my hood. Didn't find it. Nothing came out. Nothing felt like it was in my ear. And then I was getting a cleaning, my ears cleaned about a month later because I ended up getting an ear, nose, throat thing going on. And my ENT, I asked her, I said, is there anything in there by any chance? I told her the story and she said, let me take a deeper look. And it was like lodged on the side of the eardrum, the blue rubber silicone point of that thing. And when she took it out, I felt such a sense of relief that, So I think equally important in protecting the ears is making sure you're using a new enough one that it's not going to fall apart in your ears when you're using ear protection.
Was it painful, or it was just mostly discomfort, not hearing anything? What are the symptoms that you go through?
I have a couple things going on. I have a severely deviated septum. I broke my nose playing hockey when I was like 12 years old. It was a break up into the side. Oh. So it's something that I'm supposed to get fixed. I scheduled a surgery for twice because it's basically collapsed one of my sinus canals where it's shrunken it. So I have to get it ballooned, all kinds of things going on there. But as a result of that, I get a lot of ear, nose, throat things because water gets up my nose, can't come out of my sinuses, and it just gets infected. So I get these sinus infections probably about 3 or 4 times a year. And then it kind of just spreads systemic around the ears and everything else. And I would say the issue with the ears is sometimes I have pain from them, especially when I go from hot to cold. But more than anything, it's hearing and discomfort. And like a regular Apple AirPod won't fit in my ear anymore because of the growths. So I have to, I use the Apple, I forget what it's called, the AirPod Plus, the one with the rubber end, but the one with just the hard end won't even fit in my ear anymore because of the bony growths. It's the weirdest thing.
Wow, that's really...
So wear earplugs. And I tell everybody, and every time I see people, especially like on a winter day with the hood down, no earplugs, I just think, oh God. I'm at the point now, you see me, I wear it straight through the summer, just in part to just keep the water out because when it gets in there, it gets trapped now and it risks infection. But when I see people in winter now, I just think, God, I wish I wore these all along just to protect myself.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, no worries. Super important, especially in places like this where we have the coldest cold. We would get warm during the summer, but winter, not much else like it. We get as cold as the Arctic. So it's something that I think people have to pay better attention to when they're in the Northeast or Pacific Northwest. Although people in Southern California with water temps in the 60s and dipping down in the 50s in winter are frequently get surfer's ear as well. It really depends on the person. So protect the ears.
You wouldn't wear them in Hawaii or Puerto Rico if you would travel.
Now I do. I have to, but only because my it's basically like stalactites and stalagmites inside the ear, the bony growths, the bony pillars or whatever they call them. So the water just gets in there and doesn't get out. So I have to block at all costs. Like I have to even be careful in the shower. If I get water in my ear, it's in there for like days. I just cannot get it out. Can't siphon it out. Can't do anything. So
for people who just started surfing and they live in Hawaii or in warm places, you would not recommend them wearing them.
It's not. I would say it's not as recommended though. But if you really look into surfer's ear, some of the people that were originally getting it because it exists outside of surfers, fishermen, people that spend a lot of time out in the cold and wind. Apparently, it's not just cold water but cold air that does it. And they said Native Americans along the California coast would often do it to the point of losing hearing, where it would puncture the eardrums. So, not a good thing. So, the point is protect your ears. Yeah, maybe warmer waters, they're not going to have it as bad, but you're in anything 60 degrees and under for any portion of the year, you probably want to protect your ears because it's not worth it. I'm not looking forward to the day I have to go for surgery for this. And if you've seen it, if you Google surgery for surfer's ear, you'll see the gory, a few of my friends have had it where they cut behind the back of the ear, fold the ear forward, and because it's the easiest way to get in, and then they chisel or they drill it. Chris, it's easier than just going through the hole. There are some, but only a handful of really good doctors that go in without having to cut your ear and flapping it over. But most of the people that get it have a horrible, horrible looking scar afterwards.
Yeah, I was Googling it and they said don't even look at it, and then I didn't do it. So you can just explain the whole surgery.
The good news is don't go to your doctor telling them you have surfer's ear, because if it's not a doctor that you trust with your life, they might go out where there's a $10,000 operation on each ear. Not saying that doctors are just out for money, but surgeons operate. That's what they do. But don't self-diagnose, but if it gets to the point where it's affecting your hearing and frequent ear infections and things like that, that's where people need to look into it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know shit. So I made sure that I went and saw a few different physicians and a few different ENTs that each one, when they would look and they'd go, oh, well, that's interesting. And they kind of identified it without me saying anything. So
if you basically start having issues like that, it doesn't mean that you got the surfer's ear and you immediately need to get a surgery. You can still clean it up, maybe by going.
Yeah, you can clean it out. They basically, depending on the doctor, but most doctors will tell you, and anybody that's being honest with you will tell you, don't do a surgery until it's gotten to the point of no return, or the point of harm where it's going to harm you. It's not something that, and since it can grow back, that's the crappy thing about it. It's not like they cut it out and it never comes back. Mm-hmm. They cut it out. If you keep surfing cold water, it could come back. And by the way, dirty little secret, you could still get it and it could still get worse with earplugs, but they'll protect it a lot more than no earplugs. Mm-hmm. So,
got it. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No worries. Thank you.
Yeah. Hope
Talk to you soon.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Take care.
So now I want to talk about earplugs. I've been using in the past months or so Wavy Ocean earplugs. They're made by a Dutch audiology company that focuses on making earplugs to protect your ears from cold water and wind. So these earplugs come in this protective case with the different tips for different sizes of the ear. So small, large, and medium. And this nice leash, which never gets tangled. This is really important because in the past I used surfer's ear, and this is what's happening. Like every time I go surf, I have to untangle this leash, and then which takes like a couple minutes, and it kind of bothered me a lot. So also the durability. So I had probably 10 sessions with these earplugs. They look really new. I don't really have to babysit them. I just take them off and then put it somewhere. And never really care that they will get destroyed, because if you look at the surfer's ear, there's a little thing like this mesh which gets destroyed really quickly if you're not careful with them. So I had instances when I would push them in and it would break through and you're done. So you have to get the replacement or something. So basically on this earplug, it's missing. The water will get through. I don't use them anymore. What I use in the past, the Mack earplugs, but the downside is I can't hear anything when I'm in the water, especially when I wear my hood. And it's easy to lose them because they don't have a leash. And I have to really babysit them right from the time I take them out and then, go to take a shower. So with these earplugs, it's really easy. It has a leash that helps to not lose the earplugs. You put them on. So when I'm in the water, I can pretty much hear everything. I don't have any issues not hearing someone talking about anything. So pretty nice and sits. I don't feel uncomfortable when I put my hood on. So I really like them. So this earplugs comes in a really good quality. This is really important for me. Plus, they have 2 years warranty. So if you run into any issues with these earplugs, I feel like you can reach out to their customer service and they will take care of you. So, and let me know, guys, in the comments below what earplugs you're using and why. Why do you like them? And do they last really long? Do they feel really comfortable? So I was really interested to know what you guys have. And guys, if you like my reviews, please subscribe. This will really help this channel to grow. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you for watching this review. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.